Okay, peace and wellness family. I hope that y'all are well and happy and whole. Shout out to my wellness community family. I see y'all. Butterflies in the sky. Hey y'all. I love y'all dearly. Thank y'all so much for joining and welcome to our full moon in Taurus and lunar eclipse live, y'all. My intention for this video is to discuss this upcoming full moon in Taurus and lunar eclipse that we have peaking on October 28th at 4:24 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, the thing about it is, this energy is thick. It is thick, y'all. This full moon in Taurus energy and lunar eclipse energy is thick, baby. But as always, we can utilize all of this energy for our wellness, and we will. So during this live, we'll discuss the meaning of the planetary alignment right now because the shadow period for that energy and for that alignment started today, October 25th, and it will last through October 31st. Okay. So we'll discuss what does this mean? How will all of this impact our energy? But above just discussing what does it mean, my favorite part is to identify how can we utilize this energy for our wellness? How can we utilize this energy to serve us and to help us elevate? Shout out to my sister Queen, who I just finished up a consultation with, and we talked about elevation, right? How can we utilize this energy to help us elevate and advance to our next level? So we'll get into all of that. And of course, I'll give you 5 journal prompts, 5 crystals, 5 herbs, and all that stuff that you can utilize. But first, I have to address the fact that I have been a little absent from the YouTube. I've been a little gone from the YouTube. Okay, I haven't seen y'all in about a heap of Sundays, a month of Sundays. Really, it's been 2 weeks. Okay. But I've been pouring my energy into my tribe, into the wellness community. Join the wellness community, thequeenpo.com, and you'll be able to be a part of the family. But I've been pouring my energy there, and we have been having some times for Hoodoo Heritage Month. I wanted to be very intentional about utilizing the energy of Hoodoo Heritage Month and of what I like to call harvest season as a whole. This is harvest season, right? So I wanted to be very intentional about utilizing that energy specifically with my tribe and helping us elevate as a collective. So, y'all, we have been having watch parties and deep discussions that really derive from these watch parties. So we've been talking about everything from how to elevate your spiritual gift and take it to the next level. We've been talking about root work and history and the law of pure potentiality and all these things, right? Literally, like between the films and the series, we've been having watch parties like maybe 2, 3 a week, probably more than that, right? I'm thinking like every other day, really. We've been having a watch party and been having 2 to 4 hour discussions from those watch parties. So all of my energy has been with my tribe, and we have just been elevating as a collective. We actually have a random watch party because I like to do those sometimes, where we're going to watch the film, the Hoodoo horror film Spell, as a collective, and then we'll have a discussion afterwards to talk about, the light and dark sides of spells and spell work and all that stuff. So we'll have that discussion after the film, after our watch party today. Yes, Sankofa was good. You missed Sankofa. We watched Eve's Bayou, Daughters of the Dust, Sankofa. We watched the series The Changeling. We went back and watched American Horror Story Season 3, The Coven, as a collective. We've been watching quite a few things, y'all, and having a lot of discussions from there. So it's been good. But that's where I have been, y'all. I've been around. I just haven't been on YouTube or other social medias. I've been investing my energy in my Patreon and with my tribe and pouring there. But I am well. I am well. I am well. And thank you for the folks who was emailing and DMing and commenting on previous posts like, Queen, I hope you good. I hope you good. I'm like, I'm good. You just got to catch me. You got to catch me when you can, okay? I'm over there. I am well. I'm well, and I appreciate y'all love. Oh, I ain't got nothing in my teeth, y'all. I had me some fufu and a goosey, okay? And I was tearing it down right before we started. I've been doing one-to-one consultations all day. So I finished my last one around 6:30, and I knew I wanted to do this live. So I said, let me give me a little sustenance in before this live because I know I wanted to be able to give y'all renewed and refreshed energy to be able to share this information with y'all. And with that being stated, let's get into the things. Let me have me a little sip of water. Hold on. Okay, let's get to it. So again, October 28th at 4:24 p.m. Eastern Time, the full moon in Taurus peaks, and then we have a partial lunar eclipse. Now, this is the thing. Full moons are all about revealing and releasing, right? And Taurus energy, Taurus is a fixed earth sign that is ruled by Venus. And what I love so much about Taurus energy is I gotta pause because what I'm gonna say may sound like a little bit of shade, but it's not. I was gonna say what I love so much about Taurus energy is how bullheaded they are. Okay. Taurus are so strong-willed. They are so bullheaded, which can come off as stubborn. And that is like what some would say is one of their downfalls, is that they can be a bit stubborn, but really they are just super strong-willed, super in the space of like when they know and they stand in that. They're very structured beings, which I love as well. And usually a Taurus is very calm, they're very methodical in their thinking, right? So that is the energy right now, a lot of structure, being very fixed, being very grounded, a bit calm in behavior, a bit calm in the physical, but also it's all centered in having this knowing, this divine knowing about what should come and what you should do. So that's the Taurus energy. Now, when we have a full moon in Taurus, we have to be mindful that emotions are heightened during full moons. I have to say that again. Emotions are heightened during full moons. So, what happens with the full moon in Taurus is I call it nesting energy. We are desiring to be still. We are desiring to be comfortable. We are desiring to be steady and stable. Taurus energy craves stability and comfort. So, a lot of emotion centering around I want to be comfortable. I want things to be peaceful. I want things to be calm. What's going on, really wanting to kind of harvest, because again we're still in that harvest season energy, really wanting to harvest all the things and the people around you that you associate with comfort and kind of nest. And when I say nest, I literally mean making your space, your environment, your energy, everything around you and in you comfortable. So a lot of those desires and emotions centered around those desires, which could come off as needy. A lot of your emotions right now will likely be affecting your energy because a lot of it is going to be centered around I want to be comfortable. I want to nest. I want to be at peace. I want to be at ease, which may make you feel and come off as needy, as wanting and craving comfort, especially from the people that surround you. So that is something that you need to be aware of. Your emotions right now are going to be a good sign about the spaces and places that you desire comfort. Okay. So really pay attention because that's going to be the guide for you right now. So the heightened emotions is good, but what is it calling for? What are you craving? What do you feel like you need? And it's really just telling you the areas of your life where you feel unfulfilled. You feel unfulfilled. And if y'all know anything about a Taurus is always on a journey to find a purpose. If you read The Alchemist, I believe Santiago was a Taurus. Okay. They always on a journey to find their purpose, to find fulfillment. They always looking for more because it's that desire for structure, for stability, for comfort. Okay. That's what it's centered in. So that's likely the energy you'll be feeling right now. Now, this partial lunar eclipse. The partial lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth essentially partially blocks the moon, causing a bit of a shadow to cast on a portion of the moon. Now, it won't be visible for us in the US, but it'll be visible in other areas. However, we'll all feel the energy of the partial lunar eclipse. Y'all, this is going to be the thing. And I'm just giving this fair warning. And if you are anyone in this community, we've been talking about this a lot since the beginning of this month. We've been talking about this concept, this idea this philosophy of the dark night of the soul, right? And if y'all don't know about the dark night of the soul, go and research it. But this idea that essentially you feel disconnected, you feel lost, you feel disconnected from your spirit. When we have lunar eclipses, we have a full moon, intense emotions. It may kind of feel like you are in the dark night of the soul. It may feel like you are stagnant, like you are stuck, like you aren't moving in your purpose. It may feel like you are not elevating. That's the lunar eclipse energy. And again, we are always thinking of how can I utilize this energy for my wellness? And really, it's just giving you the drive to find who are you? Who are you standing alone, flat footed, and connected to your Ori, your higher self, your spirit? Who are you truly? And what is it that you really deeply desire to do? Okay. But I'm going to be honest, this is not really the time for movement so much. This is kind of the time to sit still and be prepared to move. So you're not really necessarily moving right now. You're contemplating, what is my next move? You're waiting for revelations from spirit about what your next move is. And I say that this is not really a good time to be moved and you'll be challenged to kind of sit still. It's because you have Mars in opposition to this full moon. Okay, you have Mars in opposition. Now, Mars is our planet of action. So, our challenge right now is we'll feel the drive to want to move. You'll feel the drive to want to do something, which again is really that and some people may receive this as feeling like they're in their dark night of the soul, feeling like they're not doing enough, feeling like they're not progressing. That's that challenge. You have the challenge where you feel like you want to move, but this is not the time to necessarily move. It's the time to be open for revelations about what is your next move. Okay. That's the space that we are in. Okay. That made me think of, if you in the wellness community, y'all know you have the access to my gospel playlist. That makes me think of Tasha Cobb's song, This Is a Move, right? Where she's singing, this is a move. We need a move. And that's really like the energy that's happening right now. A lot of folks are desiring a move, okay, and that's all right. We also have Mercury in opposition to this energy as well. Now, the thing about Mercury, Mercury is our planet of communication, our planet of agreements, our planet of transportation, as well as personal technology. Now, with Mercury in opposition to this energy, I'm going to tell y'all now, there may be some hindrances and some blockages when it comes to your ability to be able to utilize technology, communicate well, and make agreements. It's almost giving retrograde energy, even though I believe Mercury is direct right now. Queen L, verify that for me, please. Mercury is direct right now, but we may feel like we are in retrograde energy, and that's because of the opposition. But I'm going to tell you where that opposition is going to affect the most, and that's in business. That's in business. And the reason for that is because Jupiter and Uranus, our planet of expansion and our planet of transformation, is conjunct with our full moon. Okay. So that Taurus energy is affecting our expansion, is affecting our transformation, where again we feel fixed, we feel steady, we feel stable. We don't really feel too much movement, too much growth, too much progress in those areas during that full moon conjunction with Uranus and Jupiter. Now, here's the thing with Uranus and Jupiter, okay? Y'all, with Mercury opposing those areas, you may start to feel like, why is my business not growing? Why am I having breakdowns of communication when it comes to my business? Why am I trying to have this business meeting and my laptop is acting stupid? Why am I trying to make this phone call and the call keeps dropping and I'm trying to work on my business in this area? It will affect business the most. Okay. It'll affect business the most. So just be mindful, be careful, give yourself grace, give yourself love, give yourself the opportunity to have some extra time so you aren't rushing anywhere. The crazy thing is, unfortunately, I saw the very, very unfortunate, tragic pileup car accident that happened in New Orleans yesterday, right? And it was so unfortunate. The city was covered in like a foggy smoke. And there was a terrible, terrible pile up that was just, they showed the videos and it just kept going and kept going. And I immediately thought about this energy, right? I thought about this energy and nobody could have avoided any of that. I don't no, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that family, you just have to give yourself grace and give yourself time and follow your spirit. If your spirit tells you not to go somewhere, don't go. If your spirit tells you to stay home. If your spirit tells you to call an Uber, call an Uber. If your spirit tells you, hey, slow down, take your time, slow down and take your time. Okay. No rushing. No rushing, especially with regards to transportation, especially to work, to and from work, to and from a business meeting or anything like that. Again, these oppositions will affect the areas of business and career the most. Okay. So, overall, the energy that we are experiencing right now is really, again, just the desire to kind of harvest the things that make us comfortable, the things that make us feel safe and stable. That's what we are feeling right now, the desire to be comfortable. We're paying attention to the people and the things and the practices around us that make us comfortable, that make us want to nest, that make us want to feel safe. What is that? And your emotions are usually a guide right now of what do you need to make you feel more comfortable, to make you feel safer. And the biggest challenge for you right now is going to be feeling like, okay, I want to move, I want to progress. I need to do something else. I need to connect with my purpose in a different way, right? That's the challenge. Be open. Intuition is heightened right now. Anytime we have eclipse or we're in eclipse season, intuition is heightened. As people would say, the veil is thin. So spiritual communication is a lot easier. You need to be open to the signs of what to do next, of what your next step is, what your purpose is, and all of that. Okay. All of that will show up and manifest. You just kind of need to sit still and be open. Sit still and be open. Okay, let me look at the notes. And of course, if you are in the wellness community, you don't need to be taking no notes. I'll post them immediately after the video. If you're not in the wellness community, you can shorthand these parts, and then for the journal prompts, take them verbatim. Let me check the notes. One second. Okay. So I did everything: heightened emotions and vulnerability, the desire for more wealth, abundance. Absolutely. Okay. I didn't touch on that part. Revelations. What will be revealed and what do you need to release right now? What will be revealed to you is blockages. Like I said, a lot of this will affect the areas of expansion, which is that Jupiter energy, our abundance. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so that's that abundance. Okay. So a lot of this energy and these feelings of stagnation, these feelings of I'm not growing, will affect heavily the business area. Okay. But what will be revealed is what's blocking you. What is blocking you? Is it an emotional blockage? Is it a spiritual blockage? That's what will be revealed. What you need to release are those blockages and release them in ways that you need to. Okay, Diddy, hold on. Y'all, let me get Diddy. Okay, let me get him 1 second. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I hope y'all can hear me. But yes, okay, so you need to release those blockages by any means that you feel fit or feel, comfortable. So you can do a burning ceremony if that's what you feel led to do. You can just simply meditate, ask spirit for clarity on what you need to release, who you need to release that's really blocking you. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, okay? A lot of the blockages are internal. A lot of the blockages are internal. Okay. A lot of the blockages where you feel stuck, you feel like you're not progressing, especially when it comes to career, are internal. And it's not that you're doing something wrong. But let me tell you, sometimes we as a collective, we have a habit, especially when it comes to business and career, we have a habit of wanting to do what's comfortable, right? And I told you right now, you're desiring comfort, right? So the challenge is going to be for you to move. You want to move. You feel like you need to do something. But then sometimes we have this thing of, I want to do something, and I want to move, but I don't want to move out of my comfort zone. Okay. Something we've been talking about in the wellness community is how we as a collective, we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable is not necessarily doing things that bring you hardship. Let's be clear. Being uncomfortable doesn't mean you're doing things that bring you hardship. Being uncomfortable is simply trying something new. Even that something comes with ease, but trying something new. So when I say that, the blockages oftentimes are internal, it's because we're not necessarily tapping into that new thing that our spirit has been leading us to try. That new thing that spirit has been showing you is for you. You know, that class that something is telling you, maybe I should take this class, but you're not taking the class because maybe you're nervous about being around new people or meeting new people, or you don't want to look behind or fresh in the class, and you're worried about not being advanced enough or not being enough in any way, right? You have to show up to the class. You have to do the thing. Do the thing. So that is really going to be the challenge, right? Like right now, you'll have revelations of what's blocking you from growing and elevating, especially in business and career. But sometimes spirit may show you that the blockage is internal. And the blockage is that you're not actually taking that opportunity that spirit has been putting directly in your face. The universe has been showing you directly that, like, hey, this is for you. This is for you. You've been drawn to this new thing. You've been considering taking a Reiki class, but you ain't just did it just yet, and you don't know why, but something been telling you to do Reiki. Something been calling you to become a doula, a birth worker, but you just haven't taken a class and you don't know why. It's something that you know you've been called to do. When you look back over your life, when you look back over your life, you notice that it's something you've always been aligned with, but you just haven't quite taken the class. You just haven't quite taken a step. Sometimes that is the blockage. So that's why I said with this full moon, some people will feel called to do a burning ceremony. And for those of you who are asking what's a burning ceremony, I already have a video on release ceremonies where I tell you step by step how to do it, right? But some of you may feel called to do that, right? Because you may realize that your blockage is a person or your blockage is a habit. But some folks, it's not necessarily that you need to do a burning ceremony. For some folks, you kind of just need to do some journal work, some internal work to see, why haven't you taken the class? Why haven't you started the business page? Why haven't you built the website? Why are you afraid to sell the product? You know you have the gift. You know you have the talent. You know you can make the products. You can make the shirts, the jewelry, the teas, the whatever, but you just haven't taken that next step to do it. Why is that? So it's not necessarily a burning ceremony that may need to happen. And it possibly could be if you realize that, oh, you're not doing it because of fear or because of anxiety. You can write that and go burn it, right? But sometimes it's, I need to go within and tap into that power. I need to remember who I am. I need to connect with my Ori. I need to connect with my strength and my power, and just do it. And just do it. And then you make the decision that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let me find the class. Let me book it. Let me join. Let me build the website. Let me do the thing. Like, you just make a decision. You just make a decision to do it. Okay. Um, I think I touched on everything regarding the energy impact, challenges in communication and tech, and all of that I did. So what to do? 5 things to do. Let's run through these and then we'll get to the journal prompts. 5 things to do during this time. Number 1, trust your observations and emotions because they are a guide for where you need comfort and support in your life. We touched on that. Number 2, tap into your intuition during this time. It will help you sort through the solutions to your mental and physical blockages. Okay. Number 3, practice a release ceremony for spiritual blockages, for mental blockages, and for physical blockages if needed. Number 4, do not make hasty moves. Try to be still for the next 2 weeks. Just receive your spiritual downloads and omens from the universe. And number 5, embrace slowing down right now. Practice patience in the area of business. Read every contract and agreement thoroughly. Give yourself extra time to travel. We touched on that. Now, journal prompts. Journal prompts. Oh, we moving good, y'all. Only 24 minutes. We moving good, huh? Journal prompts. 1. When you are feeling vulnerable, what emotions come up? When you are feeling vulnerable, what emotions come up? And the reason I pose that as a journal prompt, y'all, is simply because right now, as we are feeling the desire to harvest things that make us comfortable and we're feeling the desire to nest, this is a very vulnerable time for a lot of people. Again, your emotions may cause you to feel needy, right? So this is a vulnerable time for people. But guess what? Vulnerability is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So truly, truly ask yourself, what for you comes up emotionally when you consider being vulnerable? Some people, when they're in a vulnerable situation, they feel comfortable and they're okay with it and they're fine expressing and they actually enjoy vulnerability. And let me tell you, those are the folks who, every time at the get together, and as I'm about to say this, folks might be me. I might be folks. Every time they have to get together at the get together, they want to bring up the deep questions and have everybody thinking, and they want to bring up all of all of the what's your family history? Are your parents still married? That's them folks. That's them folks, the people who enjoy vulnerability, But then you have some people who, in the midst of vulnerability, they get very anxious. They don't feel safe. They don't feel comfortable. So really ask yourself, like, when you are in vulnerable moments, what emotions come up for you? And do you want to work on that? Or are you okay and happy with where you are? Are you comfortable being vulnerable? Okay, because let me tell you, sometimes you have to ask for what you need. And I'm not gonna go on a tangent, okay, y'all, because we having our watch party tonight with the community. We starting at 9 o'clock. I ain't gonna be fooling up in here with y'all long, okay? But I just want to say this. Mercury is opposing this full moon. I already done told y'all that. Mercury is our planet of communication. So communication may be difficult when you're trying to communicate your emotional needs. And I already explained to y'all that you're going to be feeling a bit needy right now because you want comfort. The challenge for you is going to be embracing vulnerability and asking for what you need. Okay? Especially from the people you love. You have to ask for what you need. Ask for what you desire. Ask for what will make you comfortable. And you can literally use that language. You know what? What would make me more comfortable in this relationship is if we were able to do this. What would make me feel really good in this relationship is if we did blank more often. Like, ask for what you need. So this is why I'm challenging y'all to embrace the vulnerability, right? Because sometimes when we communicate from an emotion-based space, it's not received the way that we would like it because we don't know the emotions that we have in association with vulnerability. When vulnerability makes you anxious and you're trying to communicate, especially in times like this, you're trying to communicate your emotional needs, your communication is paired with anxiety. So it may come off harsh. It may come off a little rougher than what you want. It can come off a little accusatory. But when you learn to embrace, and not just embrace, but enjoy vulnerable moments, when you are communicating your emotional needs, it comes off joyful. It comes off peaceful. It comes off full of embrace. So that's why you have to communicate and understand your emotions associated with vulnerability. You have to fall in love with vulnerability if you want to communicate in vulnerable moments from a love-centered space. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Come on, emotional intelligence. Come on, yes. Yes, this is it. Journal prompt number 2. Let's get into it. What and who do you have in your life that brings you comfort? And what else do you need? And this is where that communication comes in. What and who do you have in your life that brings you comfort? And what else do you need? And sometimes what you need doesn't necessarily come from those people or those things. Sometimes what you may need to bring you comfort comes from within. Okay. But what else do you need? The third journal prompt: what is your next level in any area of your life? What actions can you take that will help you get there? What is your next level in any area of your life? What actions can you take that will help you get there? And this is how we really start contemplating what is our next move. Again, we have that Mars opposition. So we're challenged to feel like I need to move, I need to do something else. Asking yourself this journal prompt is really opening yourself up to the energy of movement, of taking yourself to the next level. So really you're putting it out there to the universe that you're prepared and you're ready and you're open and you're asking for a sign and an omen. What is my next level and what is the next step for me? Okay, but when when spirit tell you to move, you got to move. When you get that urge to move, you got to go. Okay, don't play with it, don't play with it. Okay. Journal prompt 4: what do you feel is blocking you from taking actions needed to level up? And again, that's a part of the release. That's a part of the revelation and the release. What do you feel is blocking you from taking actions needed to level up? Okay. Number 5, what are your this is when I have these journal prompts, y'all. Okay, I create all of these journal prompts. I meditate over them, and I ask spirit to tell me what should be the best prompts. How should we be thinking right now, right? I usually have a fave. And this is my fave. Okay, I even was contemplating this for myself last night. Okay, journal prompt number 5: what are your go-to patience practices? How do you practice patience in your most trying moments? What are your go to patience practices? How do you practice patience in your most trying moments? Like I said, a lot of folks are feeling stagnant, feeling stuck, feeling like they want to move, right? And that's in alignment with this energy right now. And as I always tell y'all, just because you are in alignment doesn't necessarily mean that it always feels pretty, especially if the planetary alignment ain't necessarily all that pretty. You know what I'm saying? But we have to practice patience. And I explain how we'll be challenged to kind of sit still. You feel like you want to move, but really you need to sit still and wait for revelation on what your next move should be. How do you practice patience? What does that look like? What does it look like to be patient for you? And I want you to think back to a time that you really had to practice patience, because I feel like people often pray, and it's the old saying, right? People will be like, God, give me patience, give me patience. And God will put you in a position to be patient. God will give you the opportunity to show patience. But what does your patience practice look like? Is it breath work? I know for me, when I'm in a patient, because let me tell y'all, I got it in me to act up if I want to act up. I got it in me to act up if I want to act up. Okay. I make a conscious choice not to act up. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. So, in a moment that I need to practice patience, it's like I got my two sides. I got my two sides. And I'm like, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not. I could shake a table right now, but I'm not. I'm not gonna shake a table. What will I do? So I breathe. I calm myself down. I emotionally regulate. I make myself aware of my emotions. I make a conscious choice to emotionally regulate, and then I choose what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I know what I'm not gonna do. I know I could shake a table. Shout out to K Michelle. I know I could. I know I could turn into oh yeah right now and wear this shit out. Tear this whole space up, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm making a conscious choice that I'm not going to do that. But what will I do? What practice am I going to do? Am I going to choose to walk away? Am I going to choose to just breathe through this? Am I going to choose to continue to communicate and talk it out and try to come to a solution, a different solution that's centered in wellness for both parties or all parties based on whatever's going on? How am I going to practice patience right now? How am I going to practice patience? So that's what I mean by that final prompt, right? Because, and this is for my folks who've come a long way with the patience. This is for those folks, okay? If you've been patient, was born patient, you grew up patient, you're just a patient. I don't know. That's your business. This is for my folks who patience and choosing not to shake a table has been a conscious work of effort for you. This is for y'all. Really ask yourself, what does patience look like for you? What is your patience practice? What are the steps you take to practice patience in a trying moment where patience is really needed? Okay. What does that look like for you? So that's why that was my favorite prompt. Crystals, crystals. Let's get into it. Come on, we're moving on good time. Crystals. As usual, I'm going to say the crystal and then the purpose of the crystal. Of course, we are starting off with topaz for clarity. Then we're moving to smoke quartz for protection. Then we're going to red jasper for balance and grounding. Then we're going to moonstone to increase intuition. I told y'all intuition is high right now. Then we're going to serpentine for clarity and focus. Okay. So topaz, smoke quartz, red jasper, moonstone, and serpentine. Okay. And then herbs, 5 herbs. Let's go. The first herb, verbena. Verbena for clarity. Second herb, blessed thistle. Blessed thistle for purification and cleansing. Third herb, barberry root for banishing. Barberry root for banishing. Fourth herb, blue vervain removes financial blockages and blockages in business. And the fifth herb is, and let me tell y'all, this is one of my favorite names because I always think of literally Drake, the artist, when I hear this, but it's called Mandrake or Mandrake. Some people will say, I say Mandrake, but some people say Mandrake, but it's for abundance. Okay. And if you don't have that, you can use allspice. Allspice is much more accessible. It's in the grocery store, and allspice is literally a herb that is for prosperity in business. Or allspice is for prosperity in business. So actually, you probably just get the allspice. You know what I'm saying? It's more accessible. It's cheaper. Get the allspice right there in the grocery store. Okay. And that's for prosperity and abundance in business. Okay. So for those of you who are feeling stuck in career, in business, with your job, get some allspice and burn some allspice, okay? And the blessed thistle, the allspice, the blue vervain, you can burn those all together, or you can make a tea, okay? But I would advise with these herbs specifically, specifically. That's why people don't say the essence specifically, because it's too much. It's too much on the palate. That's why people say specifically. Okay, but these herbs specifically, I advise that you burn, but you can make a tea if you want to. Okay, you can make a tea if you want to. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. All right, family. So that is it. And again, the shadow period for this energy starts today. It started today and it lasts until the 31st, which I just think is so magical and so divine, right? This full moon energy, this lunar eclipse energy lasts until the 31st, which is Halloween, okay? And right before the Day of the Dead, Ancestors Day, okay? So I think it's just so beautiful that that energy is present during this time. And this energy is really for our wellness. It's for us to sit still, for us to nest, to be comfortable, get steady, get calm, relax, chill, and don't allow this to take you into a dark space. Okay. Don't allow this to take you into a dark space and to feel like you are in the dark night of the soul. Remember that you are connected with your purpose, and you need let use mantras like that. I am connected to my divine purpose. I am moving in divine alignment. I am divine light. I am well. I am aligned with my divine abundance. Use mantras like that, right? Use mantras like that. I feel abundant. I feel happy. I feel whole. I am well. Be sure to move the energy in your body. You have to. So just because you are still doesn't mean that your internal energy is stagnant. You have to move the energy in your body with vibration. And the vibration really starts with breath. And then the breath begets the word. And all of that is vibration. Okay. So if all you can do is think these mantras and breathe with them, that is okay. And then breathe with them and speak them. Allow the vibration to move through your body. Feel it, chant, do what you can do. Okay. And that's how you can get started. Get you some allspice honey for the people who are, if this energy is affecting you in a way where you feel like you are in your dark night of the soul, get you some allspice, some cinnamon, some sea salt, put it in a smoke bowl. You light that thing and you just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. If that's all you can do. And I'm speaking specifically right now to the people who may feel like they are in a deep depression, they are deeply disconnected, they feel like, spirit is not speaking to them. They feel abandoned. They feel abandoned. That is just something easy and light you can do. Allspice, cinnamon, a little sea salt in a smoke bowl, and just breathe, just breathe, just breathe. And even if you don't have the strength to say it with your words, even if all you can do is say it in your mind, chant those mantras. Chant those mantras. I am well. I am divinely connected. I am divinely guided. I am whole. I am more than enough. I am abundant. Say all of those mantras and any other mantras that make you feel well. Okay. I love y'all, family wellness community. We have our watch party starting at 9 o'clock for spells. So I'll see y'all at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern time. Okay. And I'll be posted in the community. And matter of fact, I'm about to go ahead and post these notes for this full moon right now. The notes are posted. Okay. I'll see y'all at 9. And then everybody else, I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. I'm about to get back active. You know, I'm with my people. So I'm gonna get back active on the Instagram and stuff like that soon. And I'll check in with y'all soon. I'm with my people. Join the community. You see it's at the bottom. Join the community. Come have the discussions with us. It'd be a good time. The last one we had was for the season finale of American Horror Story The Coven. It was a good time. It was a good time. And I don't record all the discussions because I'm a true believer that who's divinely meant to be there will be there. So some things I truly believe are sacred and it's meant for the people who are in the space, in the room at the time. You know what I'm saying? So come get in the room. Come get in the room. It's a good time. Okay, I'll see y'all tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, family. And everybody else, I'll see you soon in divine time. Okay, much love, family. And y'all have a good night. Peace.